Hello, it's me one more time. This video, we're looking at Chapter 6, Lesson 6, which deals with subject complements. Just like the last video for 6.5, there is some vocabulary here that needs to go into your glossary. Subject complement is a word that follows a linking verb, and that word defines, renames, or describes the subject. A linking verb is a word that joins. Please note I misspelled joins. I don't know why I put an E in it, but I did. Joins or links the subject of the sentence to a subject complement. Okay? There's a list of linking verbs. You really need to know these. This is especially tricky when the linking verbs sometimes look like action verbs. For example, the last one on the list is look or looks, depending on whether we're talking about a singular or a plural verb. The verb look can be an action verb. I can say, hey, look at that. And I mean, do something, look, right? That's an action. But I can also say, hey, you look tired today. In the second sentence, it's not an action. That is a linking verb, One of the ways you can tell whether or not the verb is an action verb or a linking verb is to replace the verb with is or are. If the sentence still works, it's a linking verb. So if I say, hey, look at that, hey is at that, that doesn't work. If I say you look tired compared to you are tired, that sentence, both of those sentences are just fine. Second sentence, look, is a linking verb. Okay. Now, a subject complement, there's two types. There are predicate nominatives, and a predicate nominative is a noun or a pronoun that identifies the subject. So if I say, I am Mr. Chance, the subject is I, the linking verb is am, Mr. Chance is the predicate nominative. If I say, back to the previous example, you look tired, that's a predicate adjective, an adjective that modifies or describes the subject. You look tired, the subject is you, tired adjective describes or modifies you. So there's that. Make sure these get copied into your notes. I will pause here to give you a chance to do that. All right, very good. So now that you're done with that, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a few examples of subject complements. And here they are. Boom. All right. The first one, the plot is interesting and the setting and characteristics seem seem realistic. I don't know where that came from. Seem realistic. This is a tricky sentence. It's a tricky sentence because it's a compound sentence. It's really two sentences in one. Okay? So when I start to do the things that I always do with sentences, cross out the prepositional phrases, identify infinitives if there are any, identify the verbs, identify the subjects, etc. I've got to actually do this twice for this sentence. Now, in the plot is interesting and the setting and the characteristics seem realistic, there are no prepositional phrases. So I don't have to worry about that. So that was easy. The verb for my first independent clause, my first sentence is. Is a verb. What is? The plot is. And then what is the plot? The plot is interesting. Interesting is an adjective. That makes that a predicate adjective. My next sentence, the setting and characteristics seem realistic. Again, no prepositional phrases. My verb is seem, which is a linking verb. I could replace it with are. The setting and characteristics are realistic, and it works. So I underline that twice, and I have two subjects. I've got a compound subject. I've got setting, and I've got characteristics. And what about them? They're realistic. That's another adjective another predicate adjective. Predicate adjective. All right, that was exciting. Yeah, it's a little stray mark right there. Look at that, look at that, look at that stray mark. I don't need that. I'm going to make it go away. It's gone. The vacation planners in our family are my dad and I. There is a prepositional phrase in this sentence. In our family. That goes away. I identify my verb. My verb is are. Are. Who are? Planners. Planners are. And now I have a compound predicate nominative, because who are the planners? Well, there's two of them, right? There's my dad, and there's I. And you'll notice it says I, not me, right? I is a nominative case pronoun. It can be a predicate nominative. Me is an object pronoun. Can't be a predicate nominative. When we get to pronouns officially, that'll begin to make more sense. Boom, I'm done with that sentence. As the sun slid behind the clouds, Penny became chilly. All right, the first part of this sentence is a sort of dependent clause, right? As the sun slid. As there isn't really a preposition, right? Not really. But behind the clouds is, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that, right? I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And there's really only one main verb in this sentence, and that's became. Slid is a verb, but it's part of a subordinate clause, so it's not the main verb. It's not the verb we're concerned with. Who became? Penny. Penny became. Very good. And what did she become? She became chilly. That's an adjective. Since it is an adjective that follows a linking verb that describes the subject, it is a predicate adjective. There you go. That is subject complements, both predicate nominatives and predicate adjectives in a nutshell. When you're working on the 6.6 video, no, that's not right. When you're working on the 6.6 worksheet, please refer to this video. Please complete the sentence analysis portions of the worksheets the way I do these here. It will help you get answers correct more often. Thank you. Have fun.